Maximilian Jones helps out in a home for the mentally handicapped in Berlin. It's run by the Catholic social services agency Caritas. He's what's called a Zivi. That means he's working for a social institution rather than doing military service. Maximilian chose to do community service for reasons of principle.
I think you can be much more useful in a social institution than out doing field exercises in a forest somewhere.
Now that conscription in Germany is to be abolished next summer, Maximilian is among the last wave of Zivis.
The way I saw it was, oh, this'll be a gap in my resume. I was planning to study, but before I could, I had to do my community service. But since I've been here, my attitude has changed completely. It's a way of finding out what you might want to do.
In a way, it can broaden young men's horizons. Now 20, Maximilian will be finished in December, but he's going to extend his community service until he's found somewhere to study. Christoph Rink is also doing community service, and he also extended it until he begins at university. Instead of 560 euros a month, he now gets about 900, as well as free board. But would he have done this work if he'd had a choice?
To be perfectly honest, probably not. I would probably have just enrolled at university and begun applying for a place while I was still at school.
In Germany, 90,000 Zivis a year help out with social services all over the country. So what will happen when they no longer have to? The director of this particular home thinks it's highly unlikely that they can be replaced in retirement and nursing homes by volunteers.
The problem is that our staff will have to work more. They'll have an additional workload, or alternatively, some of the work simply won't get done. Our patients will probably get outside a lot less often.
Even though there isn't a staff shortage in this home, unlike in many social institutions in Germany. That's where the Zivis can be most helpful. Kristina Schröder, the Minister for Family Affairs, wants to boost the number of people volunteering. She's targeting the older generation in particular.
Once you retire, you'll still be in good shape and you'll have so much to give, so much wisdom and experience. Why not take the opportunity to spend 6 months providing some kind of social service?
Volunteer programs already exist, but so far they're designed mainly for young people. Isabell Stehler looks after residents at the Malteserhof home for the mentally disabled in Berlin. It's a full-time job, and she's only paid 220 euros a month. Isabell still lives with her parents. Taking part in the voluntary social year scheme has helped her find out what she wants to do with her life.
In a way, it was a test. It confirmed to me that this sort of work is exactly what I want to do. I'd like to train as a nurse for the handicapped.
The government is hoping about 35,000 people will volunteer and is planning to increase payment for their services to 324 euros a month, so as to make it more attractive to older people. Volunteers can take part in schemes lasting between 6 months and 2 years. The social services sector welcomes the move, but many doubt it will solve the problem.
In my opinion, the shortfall won't be covered. The family minister has been talking about 35,000 volunteers, but that won't be enough.
Christoph Rink certainly doesn't regret having to do compulsory service, even if it wasn't originally his choice.
You get to know the residents, you start to like them, and it can be very rewarding. They're always glad to see me. That's very nice.
Social and community services are aiming to attract more volunteers with campaigns targeted at schools and senior citizens. Once there are no more Zivis, others will just have to take up the slack.